Welcome back to the deep dive. So let's just get right into it. If you're a marketer, a business leader, and you're still thinking generative AI is just for writing copy a bit faster,
You're already behind.
you're already way behind. Today, we are stripping out all the hype to show you where the real, the 10x return on investment is actually hiding.
Yeah, generative AI isn't really an optional tool anymore. It's actively rewriting the whole marketing playbook. Our mission here is to get past that initial, oh, this is cool phase.
Right.
And really pinpoint the strategic applications that give you a measurable competitive edge.
And the speed of adoption is just, it's staggering. I mean, not even 2 years ago, we were all asking, what is ChatGPT? And now people are trying to juggle, like 15 different AI agents in their workflow?
And that speed means the initial shock is gone, but it's been replaced by a lot of strategic confusion. People know they should be using it, but they don't know how.
So they default to the easy stuff.
Exactly. The low-hanging fruit.
Like drafting an email subject line or, getting some boilerplate content. Just a simple speed boost.
And that speed boost is essentially table stakes now. It's nice to have, but it's not a long-term edge. If you are only using AI for basic copy, you are missing 90% of the value.
90%. Okay, let's unpack that. If it's not just about producing things faster, what is the single biggest game changer we need to be focused on?
The real gold is hidden in one primary area: hyper-personalization.
And you don't just mean putting someone's first name in an email, right?
Oh, no. We are so far beyond that. I mean, true personalization one-to-one, but scaled to millions of people at the same time. We're moving way past bucketing customers into, 5 or 6 big groups.
That's a huge leap. Traditional analytics always showed us what happened in the past. What sold well last month.
Right.
How does generative AI get beyond that?
It predicts what customers will want, sometimes before they even know it themselves. It looks at these massive dynamic data sets, browsing habits, micro-interactions, things that are they're too small for a human analyst to ever spot.
So give us an example. What kind of pattern is AI seeing that a person would miss?
Well, a traditional model sees you bought a coffee maker, so it tries to sell you coffee beans. That's simple.
Sure.
The AI sees a customer browsing, say, high-end running shoes on a Tuesday, then looking at mountain cabin rentals on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, they listen to a specific finance podcast.
Okay, that seems completely unrelated.
To us, maybe. But the AI sees a pattern indicating you're about to make a large, complex discretionary purchase. And then it can tailor the offer, the timing, even the emotional tone of the ad perfectly for that one person at that exact moment.
And that actually works.
The data shows it results in a 40% or more increase in conversion rates. That's real ROI.
That is powerful. It's moving from marketing to, predictive behavioral modeling. Which brings me to the second application you mentioned, which sounds a little bit like science fiction: synthetic users.
This is the real aha moment for most marketing teams.
So you're simulating a focus group with AI.
Pretty much. You create this incredibly detailed AI persona. Let's say a first-time home buyer, Gen Z, lives in a city, cares about sustainability. You can then test an entire campaign against that persona instantly.
And you get immediate feedback on the sentiment, on the tone.
Exactly. Without the weeks it takes to recruit and run a human focus group.
Right.
Now, to be clear, this doesn't replace final human testing.
Okay.
But it's a quality gate. It helps you take 5 potential campaign ideas and narrow them down to the 2 best ones so you don't waste a huge budget producing something that was just off-tone from the start.
That's a massive change for strategic velocity. But if you're moving that fast, what about the risks? A brand misstep? An ethical issue? Who's pumping the brakes?
That's the key. That's why the operating model is called human in the loop. The AI is the...
Job changes.
Completely. You're not just creating anymore. You're curating. You're refining.
So if synthetic users help you nail the strategy that quickly, what does that speed look like in daily operations for the actual marketing team?
Well, take ideation. Nobody starts with a blank page anymore.
Right.
The team starts with, say, 5 different AI-generated concepts that are already optimized for the channel and the target audience. The human creativity then goes into making option 3 brilliant, not just coming up with option 1.
And what about asset creation? That's always the bottleneck, right? Time and money.
Huge efficiency gains there. You can use tools like Midjourney or Firefly to prototype dozens of images in the time it used to take just to write a brief for a designer. And for global brands, hyperlocalization is a game changer. Our sources talk about taking one video and in minutes having it dubbed into 6 languages with perfect lip syncing. Using something like 11 Labs, that used to take an agency weeks.
The technical side is undeniable, but let's hit that fear that everyone has. If AI is building the scaffolding for everything, the copy, the visuals, the voiceovers, doesn't everything just start to look and feel the same? A bit AI-ish?
That is the dividing line. It's what separates the amateurs from the pros using this tech. The best teams, the ones getting that ROI, know exactly where that line is. They use AI for the scaffolding, the speed, the mechanics.
Not the.
But the soul has to be 100% human.
And how do we define that soul? What are the parts the AI just can't do?
The soul is the intentionality. It's the ethics, the brand strategy, the cultural nuance. It's knowing how to use humor or empathy in a way a machine can't fake. If you hand your core brand strategy over to the AI, you will become generic fast.
The human marketer injects that unique soul into the structure the AI builds.
You've got it.
Which brings us to the big question hanging over everyone's head. Job security. Are marketers going to be replaced?
Right, the core anxiety. And the sources give a rock definitive answer on this. There's one quote that I think says it all.
Okay.
AI won't replace marketers, but marketers who use AI will replace those who don't.
That's a really powerful distinction. So the threat isn't the machine, it's the person at the next desk who's mastered the machine.
Exactly. They are now operating at 2 or 3 times your speed, your strategic velocity. It completely redefines your value. You're shifting from being a creator, the one typing the words, to being an editor-in-chief.
So you're directing the work, not just doing the work.
You are directing a massive, tireless creative agency, the AI, instead of doing every single task yourself.
So if my value isn't my typing speed anymore, what is the new skill set? What am I being measured on?
You're measured on your taste, on your judgment, and on your ability to prompt the machine to get something extraordinary. The better you understand the fundamentals of marketing, the audience, the emotion you want to create, the better you can direct the AI.
Can you give us an example? Like, what's the difference between a good prompt and a bad one?
Sure. A low-value prompt is just descriptive. Write a 500-word blog post about our new energy drink. You'll get something. Fine. Serviceable, but generic.
Okay. And the high-value version?
The high-value prompt from an editor-in-chief sounds more like this. Act as a cultural strategist for Gen Z. Draft 3 headlines for a new energy drink. One focused on sustainability, one using ironic humor, and one about mental focus for creators. The tone should subtly reference 90s streetwear. Your goal is to create a sense of belonging, not just list ingredients.
Wow. Okay, that's a world of difference. You're providing all the strategic context, the cultural nuance.
The why. You have to understand the why of the message far more than the how of the production now. That's the new measure of value.
This has been incredibly insightful. So to recap, the real ROI is in hyper-personalization and synthetic users, all guided by this human-in-the-loop or editor-in-chief model. For someone listening right now who feels totally overwhelmed by all this, what's the one thing they can do tomorrow to get started?
Start an AI sandbox.
A sandbox.
Yeah, just dedicate 30 minutes every Friday, not for a client project, no pressure, just for pure exploration. Play with a new tool. Ask it to do something silly. Experiment.
And why is playing the strategic move here?
Because the goal of the sandbox isn't to become an expert in a tool, it's to find the limitations of the machine. Once you understand exactly what the AI can't do, where its jokes fall flat, where it has no concept of human experience, you will know precisely where your human value lies. You'll know where you, the editor-in-chief, absolutely must step in.
That is a perfect low-stakes way to build that muscle memory. Thank you so much for walking us through all of this.
My pleasure.
And as we close out, we always like to leave you with one final thought. If the job of the future is all about prompting, and your value is your taste and judgment, how deeply are you investing in understanding not just what the machine can do, but what it fundamentally cannot? Keep learning, keep testing, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.